Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope all of you are fine. Students, today we are going to start a new topic, that is disjoint sets and overlapping sets. Two sets are said to be disjoint if they have no common element. No common element means that they have no same elements. Like in this example you see, this is the set of even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, and this is the set of odd numbers. It is having the elements 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. You can easily observe that in both of these sets there is no element that is same. Both of these sets are having the different elements. So that's why, because they are not having the common elements or the same elements, that's why these two sets are called disjoint sets. The next topic is overlapping sets. Two sets are said to be overlapping if they have at least one element common and they are not subset of each other. In this example you see, this is the set of odd numbers. It is having the elements 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. And this is the set of prime numbers. It is having the elements 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. In both of these two sets you see that there are some elements common, like 3, 5 and 7, and there are some elements uncommon, like 1 and 9 are not present in P and 2 and 11 are not present in O. So both of these sets are having some elements common and some uncommon. So that's why these two sets are overlapping. The second condition is that they are not subset of each other. What is the meaning of this statement? That all elements of this set will not present in this, and all the elements of this set P are not present in this set O. So both of these two sets will be overlapping. What are the two conditions? That they have at least one common element. There can be more common elements, but there should be at least one. They have some elements common, some uncommon, and they are not subset of each other. So these two sets are called overlapping sets. Okay class, the next topic is universal set. Universal set is the largest or the biggest set having all the possible elements in some specific situation. For example, if I have written a set of whole numbers from 0 to 10 and I have made some subsets of this set. Like this is a set of even numbers taken from this set. This is the set of odd numbers taken from this set of whole numbers. This is the set of prime numbers taken from this set of whole numbers. And this is the set B having the whole numbers from 2 to 7. So all the elements of these sets are taken from this set, that is the set of whole numbers. Means that all the elements of these sets are present in this set W. So this set W is having all the elements of E, O, P and B. So that's why this set W will be called the universal set. If you look at these two sets, set of even numbers and set of odd numbers, you can easily observe that these two are disjoint sets because they are not having any common element. But if you look at the relationship of set O and P, these two sets are overlapping because they are having some elements common and some uncommon, like 3, 5, 7 are common and 1 and 9 are not present in P and 2 is not present in O. Means that they are not subset of each other, so that's why set O and P are overlapping sets. And if you look at the last two sets, you can easily observe that all the elements of set P, they are 2, 3, 5, 7, they are also present in set B. So that's why set B is the proper subset of set B and set B will be the superset of set P. Okay class, after discussing universal set, our next topic is Venn diagram. Venn diagram were introduced by a mathematician John Venn, and these diagrams are used to represent the sets and relationship between the different sets. In Venn diagrams, the universal set is represented by rectangular box and its subsets are represented by the circles. And what is the meaning of relation between sets? Relation between sets means whether the subsets are in disjoint form, they are in overlapping form, or they are in the subset form. So when the subsets are disjoint means they have no common element. For universal set, you will draw a rectangular box, and for universal set, you will use the cursive E. Normally we use capital U for universal set, but here we are using capital E. And its subsets are A and B. So these subsets are shown by the circles, but these are the separate circles. When there are no common elements, it means the sets are disjoint. So then you will draw the separate circles to represent the subsets. The second case is overlapping case, in which when two sets are there and you are drawing a rectangular box for the universal set and the subsets are overlapping, that's why you will draw two circles which will overlap each other. In this portion, which is common in both circles, you will represent the common elements of overlapping sets, and in this portion you will represent the uncommon elements of C, and in this portion you will represent the uncommon elements of set D. Overlapping means that two sets are having some elements common and some uncommon, means they are not subset of each other. In the subset case, when you are having a universal set, like you have drawn a rectangular box to show the universal set, and further its subsets are in the subset form. Like there is a set F, it is a smaller set and it is the subset of set E. It means that all the elements of set F are present in set E. So when F is the subset of E, then the smaller set will be drawn inside the bigger set. Bigger set means the superset here. So here E is the superset of F and F is the subset of E. So superset will be represented by a bigger circle, and inside it there will be a smaller circle, and it will represent the smaller set that is the subset of the bigger one. Okay class, now we will start exercise number 1.1 and we will take start from question number 7. Look at the statement. The statement is that the Venn diagram shows the elements in set A and set B. Here you are given a Venn diagram. In that Venn diagram, you see that there is a rectangular box that is showing the universal set, and in that box there are two subsets, set A and set B. In set B, the elements written are L, M, N, and in A you see O, P, Q, R, S and T. There are two parts of this question. In first part, you have to list all the elements in set A and set B. Students, first we have to check whether the subsets are disjoint, overlapping, or they are in subset form. So here you see that circles are not separate, so these are not disjoint. Circles are not overlapping each other, so these are also not the overlapping case. But it is the case of subset. Here you see there are two circles, a big circle and a smaller circle inside the big circle. So the smaller circle, that is the set B, it will be the subset of set A, and set A will be the superset of set B. So all the elements which are written inside the circle B, they are the elements of set B, and all the elements which are written inside this big circle, including this set B, these are all the elements of set A. So first I will write the elements of set B. These are L, M and N. And when I list all the elements of set A, they will all consist of both these elements and the elements of set B. So L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S and T. These are all the elements of set A because they all elements are coming in the bigger circle. And L, M and N, these are the elements of set B. So from these elements you can see easily that all the elements of set B are present in set A. So B is a proper subset of set A because all the elements of A are not present in set B. The second part is that, is set A proper subset of set B? Explain. Here you see that B is a smaller set, A is a superset. B is a proper subset of A because all elements of B are present in A. But set A is not proper subset of B because all elements of set A are not present in B. So you will say that no, the set A is not proper subset of B because all the elements of set A are not present in set B. How you can write it? Symbolically, A is not a proper subset of B, but B is a proper subset of A. So this is the solution of this question. Let's move to question number 8. If A is equal to W, X, Y, Z, set B is having the elements S, T, W, set C is having elements X, Y, Z, then which set is subset of A? It means that in this question set A is the superset or the universal set. Two sets are given, set B and set C, and you have to tell which one of these two is the subset of set A. If you check the set B, whether all the elements of set B are present in set A, you can see easily that S and T are not present in A. Only W is the element that is present in set A. So that's why set B is not subset of set A. Now check the set C, X, Y and Z. It is having three elements and all these three elements are present in set A. So it means that set C is the subset of set A. So which solution you will write? That set C is the subset of set A. And you can also write that B is not the subset of set A. Next, question number 9. If set A is equal to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and set B is having the elements 0, 1, 2 and 3. In the first part, you have to draw a Venn diagram to represent the sets A and B, and in second part you have to tell is B a proper subset of set A? Explain. So first we will do the part number 1. Here you have to draw a Venn diagram. So to draw the Venn diagram, first you have to decide whether you will draw the disjoint sets, overlapping sets or subset. So for that purpose you have to check both the sets. If they are having some common elements and some uncommon, then these two sets will be overlapping. But you see that all the elements of B are present in A, but there is no element of B which is not present in A. So it means they are not overlapping. For overlapping, the condition is that there must be some elements common and some must be uncommon. There are no uncommon elements of B. So that's why this is not the case of overlapping. Then check it for the disjoint. Disjoint means they should have no common elements. But you have seen that they have common elements like 0, 1, 2 and 3. 0, 1, 2 and 3 is present in both sets. So again this is not the case of disjoint. The third case is subset, when one set is subset of the other. So here you can easily see that all the elements of B are present in A, but all the elements of A are not present in B. It means that B is the subset of A. So we will draw a Venn diagram in which you will draw the subset case. So here you see that B is a smaller set and A is the superset. So B is the subset of A, that's why set A will be represented by a bigger circle, and inside that bigger circle there will be a smaller circle, and that will be the subset B. So in the circle, smaller circle, I will write the elements of set B. these are 0, 1, 2 and 3. And remaining elements of A like -2 and -1, because already I have written 0, 1, 2 and 3. These are also the elements of set A. Remaining elements are -2 and -1. So these will come in this portion. So here is the representation of this question by Venn diagram. The second part is B a proper subset of A? For proper subset, all the elements of B should be present in A, but all the elements of A should not be present in B. Let's check it. Yes, all the elements of B are present in A, but all the elements of A are not present in B. It means that B is the proper subset of A. So you will write the answer. Yes, B is the proper subset of A. This is the symbol of proper subset, because all elements of B are present in A, but all elements of A are not present in B. So students, you have to do question number 7, 8 and 9 in your notebook, as it is done by your teacher in the notes. After completing your diary, you have to do your test of exercise number 1.1 in your register with proper presentation. So till next class, take care and Allah Hafiz.